Hello, everyone. This is Frizelma, and I am teaching parents. Um, Greetings, glad that you have joined me. We're going to be going on a journey, and we are changing the world, starting at your house. So, this is how I got started teaching parents. I've been teaching parents for many years now in different capacities. I've facilitated parent workshops. I've done just individual sessions, small groups, larger groups, just teaching parents because our children deserve the best. So let's just start off with this. Um, Superman wore an S on his shirt, standing for Superman, of course. Even football players, when they made a touchdown or um, a good tackle, they show you the S on their shirts. So let's just assume I'm wearing my S tonight, and it stands though for sacrifice because the only way to truly be the best parent that you can be, you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice yourself. Most people think we're talking about sacrificing more money, paying out more money. But no, we're not really talking about money. Children, younger children, don't understand the value of money anyway. They really want your time, they want your love, they want you to show them that you care for them. They want you to hug them and talk to them and laugh with them. Um, they honestly want you to teach them what's right, what's good. They want you to show them the right way. So the S that I'm talking about tonight stands for sacrifice. And to be a great parent, to be a better parent, you have to sacrifice. I'll tell you the story of um, sacrifice when it hit me as a parent. So I found out that I was expecting. I was young. And of course, we were not married. Actually, the relationship had ended. Even before the relationship ended, I was already in a dark place. But a few weeks after the relationship ended, I found out that I was pregnant. So I was only trying to be decent enough to let the father know that he was going to be a father. I wasn't calling for a handout, for any help, in any way other than the decency to let him know. Um, and I called him. We talked, chit chatted. Hadn't talked in a few weeks. Then I told him. I said, I really called you for a business purpose. I need to inform you of something. And of course, he said, well, what is it? I told him what was going on. I said, I'm pregnant. Remember, this is back in the day somewhat, and this is a landline, and I hear nothing on the other end, and not even any static. And I bump the phone, and to see what's going on, is my phone not working? And I'm saying hello, hello, and he finally says, I am here. I hear you. He said, I just needed a moment to gather myself and to think. I said, okay. So what did you come up with? And he says to me, well, I'll get some money from my girlfriend, and I'll get a little bit more from my parents, and I'll give it to you. You can go ahead and have an abortion. And I promise something just went all through me, all over me. I, at that moment, became a mother, not just a female who was pregnant. I became a mother that split second. And I, of course, gave him a piece of my mind. I wasn't one big on profanity, so I didn't have to curse him out. But I got my point across, and he understood. And I let him know, I understand you have plans for your life. Well, me too. I have wonderful plans for my life. But at this point, that doesn't mean I won't ever get to reach those goals. But right now, the baby comes first. and that baby will have everything that they need because God has chosen me to be that child's mother. And I will be sure that that baby does not lack anything, that their childhood will be wonderful, amazing, loving. They'll learn, they'll grow. And I'm sorry that you don't want to go on that journey with me and your baby, but that's fine. We will be fine. Hope life treats you well. And I hung up. At that moment, I understood what being a mother was like. And I knew that with every breath, I was going to do all I could to make sure that my child did not miss a beat. I knew at that moment that I would give my life up for my child, my very last breath, intentionally, not just by happenstance, but intentionally give up my life for that baby that was growing inside me. I truly became a mother and I understood sacrifice. And yes, as that child grew, I did everything I needed to do to make sure that child's life was of wonderful quality, happy. She learned, she thrived, she grew. It was amazing just to watch her grow and develop into this wonderful woman. Um, and now she's married with children. So I am so grateful for the sacrifice. I loved her even before I ever saw her, even before she was born. I loved her enough to know that I would be sacrificing anything that I had to be sure that she had what she needed. Um, you cannot be a better parent, the best parent that you can, if you don't understand that raising children requires of you a great sacrifice. So I'll ask this question. Do you think your child deserves the best? Do you think your child or your children deserve the best? More than likely, you're going to say, yes, of course they do. They deserve the best. Then why won't you give them the best of you? Put them on the front burner. Yes, you're going to have to put some things on the back burner. That doesn't mean that you won't ever reach those goals. It just means that right now you're putting things in priority, and your children are the top priority. Um, it doesn't mean that once children grow up that you won't be able to go back and do all those things. That's what I did. And I accomplished many, many, many of the goals that I had planned for myself at that point. However, first things first, I made sure my child um, knew who God is. I didn't send her, but I carried her to church. We worshiped together, even at home. I did Bible study. We prayed together. That's first for me. Then I needed for her to understand you do your best at everything you do, whether you're in school, whether you're out in the community, wherever it may be. Represent yourself well, represent me well. Let others know that you have been taught well, that you have good manners, that you understand how to care about other people, that you understand what it means to be respectful, what it means to be kind. You understand those things. And so I made sure she was raised well with integrity. And that's what all of us need to do for our children. Our children, every one of them, deserves the best. So, parents, we're responsible. God's holding us accountable for giving our best to them. No, you may not know the answer to every question. You may not know how to do every math problem. You may not understand all of that. But you cannot use the excuse of I don't know and leave it right there. If you don't know, find someone who does. If you don't know, Google and find an answer. At least talk to the teacher. Find a resource. If your child needs tutoring, find someone in your community, in your city, down the street, in your apartment building who can tutor them, and your child can be safe. There is no excuse. Just because you don't know does not excuse you from not getting whatever your child requires to have a good quality life. You have to have courage to be a parent. Along with sacrifice, you've got to have courage. The courage to step out and do whatever is needed. Remember, children are depending on us, the parents. They're totally depending on us. We have to step up to the plate and do whatever it takes to make sure our children have a quality childhood as we prepare them for adulthood. So remember, we are changing the world, and we're starting at your house. That's all for now. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.